Chicken Noodle Code.
Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to Chicken Noodle Code. Today we'll prank our fellow co-workers, web developers and designers with strange source code that's going to look a little like this, but the website will still stay intact and run perfectly. So let's check it out. For this example, I'll be using one of these templates from W3 schools and basically, yeah, work my way through that. So in VS Code, I have my template, and it's mighty fine HTML. So usually running this offline should not be a problem. So this is the W3 school version here, and my version now offline is this one. I'm going to remove the mobile view here, Control R to reload. Select all of the JavaScript, so Control A, Control C, and I'm going to create a new file, Control N, which will be changed to JavaScript for the syntax support and highlighting. So ideally we would say const HTML code equals. So now for this one we need to use backtick quotes. These are the angled quotes. You'll find them above the tab key. Quotes. The string that it actually is won't break. All right, so this is all the code. We're storing it to a constant variable called HTML code. Now, on the next line, let's put a semicolon here. I'm going to say another constant. This will be called charCode equals. Not quite. So we have to say now HTML code dot split. It's already giving me the whole code. No way. Okay, so I'm going to say split into. Every character goes into an array. So that is every little symbol will be stored into a giant array. Then I can iterate right through it. So concatenate with the map function or method. Inside goes the ES6 function or arrow function. This is now saying char equals arrow function, and then we're going to do the charCodeAt 0. So char, for every char inside the array, we're going to say charCodeAt index 0, so at the first position in the array. Very important. This will convert every symbol into its equivalent char or character code, and that's represented by a number. Then we're going to console log. That's almost right, not the char code, but we have to join these by comma to turn it back into a string. So we're going to say dot join, and then like it said here, brackets, single quotes, comma. So every character code will be separated by comma and then chained up into a string that we can actually see in the log statement. So now the question is, what do I do with that? Well, basically you have to paste this into some kind of JavaScript engine that can run and interpret JavaScript or just execute JavaScript. So I'm going to Control A on this one to select all, Control C. Now I'm heading back to the browser. You could use the same tab, or we're going to do a new tab, an empty one. Control Shift I here in Firefox gives me the development tools. Clicking on console, and I'll paste in that chunk of code. You can scroll up to just double check. But sometimes, I think the first time you open the development tools, you have to actually say allow pasting. Otherwise, you're not allowed to paste code because it could be malicious. So in any case, I did that already. That's why it's working and not complaining. So when I hit enter, boom, there seems to be a map error here. I'm going to disregard this. It's just a warning. It's not an error per se. So it still gave me all the numbers, character codes. Like, look at that. That's a like insane amount of of numbers representing all of the symbols in the original HTML. So now I'm going to select all of this. I guess I'll do the shift select method. So I'm holding shift now, and I'm gonna scroll down, shift click to select all of this, Control C, which is all of this code, and instead of my HTML, which is like this stuff, I'm gonna delete that and I'll paste in these numbers. Now look at that. So this is basically a string of numbers. If you don't have word wrap enabled, like if you can double check here in view, word wrap or Alt Z or Alt Z to toggle back and forth. Let's try that, Alt Z. And then it's just one line of numbers. It's all in one line, so it's super difficult to figure out what's what. Alt Z just to read it better. So now the issue is with that, I can't really do anything if I save this and I'm gonna look at this in the browser. Well, you're gonna see exactly that. So reload. So that's not what I wanted to do. Oops. So in order to interpret that, we have to kind of reverse the char codes, right? So I'm going to keep that here, and we're going to run a script that is going to run JavaScript. The auto suggest is being silly. And we're going to write document whatever it's now reversing back into the page with document.write. And this is a function, and here's kind of suggesting already string. Going to make a string built from charCode. That's the function that can interpret all of that back into plain HTML. Now in brackets we paste in all of these numbers. Because AI Copilot tried to do that already for me, but I'm going to be a little bit old school, holding shift click to select all of the numbers, Control X to cut out. I'm going to scroll up and I'll paste this right into this function called from charCode. Boom. And if you want, you can put a semicolon at the end just to be proper. All right, save, Control S, and let's check it out. So this looks really messy, and like I said, the developers, if they open it the first time, they will like see just one line of that and then be like, what the heck is going on? All right, let's run and reload, Control R, and see if it actually works. Control Shift R, and it doesn't. Okay, I forgot the closing script tag, so this is a problem. I have to put that back. So let's do /script at the bottom. Certainly confused here with my script tag. Ideally, I want this all to be on the same line. Let's try it again. Control S. And here comes the moment of the truth. Control R, boom. Yay. We have our website back. Now let's look at the source code. So this is right click in most cases, view page source, or you can go, well, no, not inspect. We're going to look at the page source, and then we would see this. Whoa. So like I said, it's just a prank and it's not meant to harm anything, especially like now if I'm gonna copy the HTML back, there won't be any issues. I'm just gonna show you now in the development tools, Control Shift I, everything is back to normal. If you go to the inspector in the DOM view, so this is all the HTML elements back in place as it's being rendered live in the browser. Okay, so whatever you do, always keep a backup of your HTML code before you do this kind of thing, because you might be in trouble. Give you the codes, the snippets that does this in my GitHub account, so you can follow me on GitHub as well. I'll post the link below in the description. And until next time, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that. And I'll see you next one.
Chicken noodle code.